mean? Look how long I can hold my breath. Like,
not your face. Oh my God.
The pool.
Oh my God.
What else you don't get in a pool?
I'm sweating.
What are you
I'm
talking about?
We need to go get you checked.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Milk and Honeys. We are your guests, Kayla Becker.
And Vanessa Curry.
And we have no guests today. And that is something new that we are going to start doing moving forward. This is episode 9, which is still crazy to kind of think. I felt like we were just popping champagne off your rooftop recently to celebrate the launch of Milk and Honey season 1.
Yep.
But 8 incredible episodes. 6 of those episodes were with incredible guests who lended their time to us to tell us a little bit about their story. But then me and Vanessa were like, we haven't been talking enough about our story. Yeah. And we want y'all to be coming to Milk and Honeys for us. I mean, we're really freaking cool.
And we have a lot of things to say. That's important.
Well, the whole
and funny.
Yes. And that's the thing. Me and Vanessa wanted to start the show in the first place because I'd go over to her apartment on a random Tuesday, and 2 bottles of wine later, we're like, we talk about so much stuff. We can just sit and talk for hours without a breath. We should be sharing these stories with the people.
Yes. You guys, like we always say, I think this is my my new quote of the century is the people need to know.
The people, that is profound.
They don't
Vanessa.
deserve to always know, but like we want you guys to know. We're not gatekeeping these topics here. Okay,
no, we're not. And we do want to be more like transparent with you guys about things that we're going through, and we are going to be more open about stuff that maybe we haven't been open about on a public platform. Which leads me to something that I've been that I started this week that I know you have been a very big supporter of. Which has been very hard for me to do in my 34 years of age, but I started therapy this week.
You sure did, and I'm so proud of you.
I never thought, thank you. I just never thought I needed it because I thought I knew everything and I was perfect and there's nothing wrong with me and that, nothing needed to be fixed. And after the first week with Alejandro, the name of I know. He's gonna hate that every time we pop on the Zoom call, like, hi, Alejandro.
You should just have Alejandro.
I know every
in
time.
The background every time.
He's probably gonna you need to go find a new therapist. I cannot help you.
Yeah, he's gonna say most of the time it's the person saying I need a new therapist, but it's gonna be him saying
like,
you need to go get a new therapist.
But it's been really good, and I'm not gonna dive too much into it. Week by week, I'll maybe give you a little nugget that I learned. But this past year has been really difficult for me, as you know, because I've been going through this crazy transition. It's been exactly I quit WWE June the 29th of 2024.
Oh wow.
As we film this, it's June 27th. So it is almost exactly a year. And it's been a really hard year because my career hasn't looked the way it's looked for the last 10 years. And I've basically been working at my career since I was 10 years old. So this is a big thing. And he goes, you're feeling this way because you're grieving. I'm like, what do you mean I'm grieving? Who am I grieving? He goes, you're grieving yourself. And I was like, I don't even like that bitch. I don't care. Why am I grieving her? But the reality, therapy, I will love myself one day.
No, but that is such I've been in therapy many times and I love therapy, and it has truly opened up my eyes to a lot of different avenues that my brain creates on its own, and how to navigate that. And yeah, I just feel sometimes what they're going to say.
Yeah.
But to hear somebody else say it who has no ties to you, like a friend or a family member, it really does hit home. And it even happens to my friends sometimes who do get into therapy and they tell me this story, like, oh, this is what they said and it made so much sense. And I'm sitting there like, I have literally been saying this to you for years now. But I love that.
For free.
Yeah. But you could pay me. I could be your therapist. Not really. I don't want to be anyone's therapist. But it is those things. And I'm sure people said that about me too, where it's like, oh, this made so much sense. And my mom's like,
it took somebody else to tell you that. But that's how it is. Sometimes the people closest to you, you can't hear what they're saying.
Absolutely.
And so I know when I went into this, I was like, I don't want a therapist who's going to sugarcoat things. I want them to because I know I have a lot of things I need to work on and grow. We all do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need someone who sits there and oh, it's okay, Kayla. You're going through this because you went through this. No, I need you to be like, Kayla, you need to get your shit together. And here's what's messed up about you, and here's how we can fix it. Yep. And Alejandro is very much that person.
Yep.
He sassed me many times in the front, and I almost cut the therapy session short because I was like, I'm gonna find a different therapist because you can like I do it on BetterHelp, and so you could say like choose new therapist, and I was this close. And then he gave me homework. He's making me read 2 books, and I was like, what the hell is this, Alejandro? But anyway,
the fact that his name is Alejandro, you guys, it's the icing on the cake for Kayla.
I'll stick around just for that. So anyway, TBD, week 1 down. I'm grieving myself apparently, but you know someone else who probably really needs therapy. One very popular AI robot doll.
Oh yeah, we went to the Megan 2.0 premiere.
Megan!
It was
so fun.
So fun. I felt like I was in a video game the whole time. The first one, I'm not going to lie, for me, it was definitely scarier. I watched the first one.
Peep the last episode if you want to see. We had Jenna Davis, the voice of Megan, on last week, and Vanessa showed her watching the first one, and she was visibly disturbed.
Yep, I was visibly disturbed. But this one was more, of like a thriller.
Yeah.
It was thrilling the whole time. She has a brand new wardrobe. She's a little bit taller
than me.
She has a little bit more like oomph to her.
She went through puberty 100%.
Yep.
But it was so much fun. Like you said, though, it wasn't really a horror movie. I'd say it felt like if you like plucked out Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible and just replaced it with an AI female robot. So I'd say it was more like sci-fi action. There was nothing really scary about it. It was funny.
No, it
funny.
Was very funny. Even anything like slasher or whatever, we didn't really see that much. You know, we just saw like splatters.
Yes, exactly. You never really saw, like, I was a little disappointed in that, but it was also rated PG-13, so I guess you can only show so many like organs being dumped onto a floor.
For sure.
But one of the best parts, and I don't want to do too many spoiler alerts, there was a moment. So from the very first one, there's a moment where Megan is trying to make what's the little girl's name?
Katy.
Katy.
No, Katy.
Katy.
Oh, Meg. But what is the main character's name? The one that created her? Gemma.
Anyway, we literally just watched this movie 12 hours ago. So the first one, at one point, it was one of the funniest moments. All of a sudden, Megan breaks out singing Titanium out of nowhere, Titanium. And we're like, is this going to happen again in the second one? Oh, yes, it did. She literally started breaking out in The Woman's Work by Kate Bush at this like ridiculously, like, it was this moment where Gemma was feeling down on herself and being like a bad like guardian mother to Katy, and then all of a sudden Megan starts breaking out and like this song, and it's like, I don't know if you know like the background of the song. The song is sang from a man's perspective who's worried about his wife giving birth.
Yes.
And this is the song Megan breaks out in.
Perfect for the movie.
It made so much sense.
So much sense.
But the entire theater like busted out laughing.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the tone, I feel like, of the movie.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I will be watching it again. The first one I'll definitely watch like every now and then. That one I could watch like on a regular basis.
Yes.
It's fun. Like I said, Megan just came in with a new energy to her. Yes, even more compassion.
I mean, this one, again, without giving too much, she started becoming more human, therefore having emotions like compassion and empathy.
I cried, at the end, because I felt like I love her and I want to be her friend.
I know. You never
just
thought you'd want a killer doll to be your friend, did you?
No. Like, would I rather be her nanny or fighting against her? I would rather be her nanny, for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't want to fight her.
No, she's too clever. She's very clever.
She's very clever.
Very clever fighter. Okay, so now that you've gotten through that, do you think it's like kind of your gateway drug into horror? Is there a chance that we're going to get you to go to more like horror, like another, maybe like one more step up, a little more blood and guts movie?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, we did.
I will say I will still watch the movie like this. Like
baby steps, baby. Baby steps.
I don't want to watch the whole thing. Like the screen's too big for me. I just want to see like a sliver.
The screen is too big for me. Vanessa Curry. Whoops, that's what she said.
Whoopsies. You get the idea.
It was like a whole week for us, I feel like, diving into the AI world, because we also went to this new really cool theater in downtown LA called the Cosm. Think about it's kind of like how the Sphere in Vegas kind of operates. You're like fully immersed in this big like dome type thing. And we went and saw the original, the only, I don't think they've redone it, The Matrix, which was crazy.
It was so cool. The Matrix was so cool. Like, how they did it, we were questioning how they were going to do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, this movie was, made back in 1999 and talking about AI robots.
Which was funny because we were like thinking, we were watching it back now. They're talking about AI. We're like, oh yeah, that's like a normal thing. They're like, oh wait, but back then it was not a normal thing. It was like Keanu Reeves put it in his contract that he gets to like be able to do like a premonition of the future. Because that's basically exactly what happened when we think about what's happening now.
And it's not a fantasy anymore.
No, it's not a fantasy. There are
She's
cars
here.
driving themselves outside, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm still not behind. I'm still not. What if Megan like hacked into one of like a Waymo
and just started? Well, you know that there was this guy who was trying to go to the airport one time.
Stop.
And it went viral. And the Waymo, it took him into a parking lot, not the airport parking lot, just a parking lot, and started driving around in a circle in the parking lot. And so he's calling, support and talking to this woman. And he's like, am I being punked? Like, I need to go to the airport.
I think that's hilarious. That's like, oh my God, it's like my dog ate my homework story. You call your boss,
Yes!
like, hey, I'm trying to make this flight to make it to the meeting at noon. But listen, my humanless, driverless car is driving in circles and won't let me out. So I'm not going to be able to make it. Like, sure, likely story, Jeff, you're fired.
Yep. I mean, he did make it onto his flight, which is awesome. That makes the story even better because poor guy, you could tell he was like, am I going to start getting dizzy here with this situation? Because,
I mean, I get car sick, so there's no way I'd be able to make it in that situation.
And, he's basically talking to, I'm assuming it's a real tech support live person, but who knows?
Why would you assume that?
I mean,
why would you assume that you get a real person on the phone for a fake AI thing driving the car?
Right,
and then when
doesn't make sense.
When they all get hacked and they start working together to like take over the human race, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
What about, would you get on an airplane that was completely like pilotless?
Oh my goodness, I haven't even freaking thought about that.
That's probably the future as well.
I don't know, man, because I don't even know. I mean,
we may not have a choice.
I guess I would have to.
I mean, you have to.
I would have
or
to.
Just like you're getting on the RV and we're just driving from state to state.
Yeah,
or swimming to Cabo.
But I need to get out of the country sometime. So yeah, I would. I just sometimes I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Well, that's like our thing. If the Matrix, the red pill or the blue pill, I personally would take the blue pill. I like being blissfully unaware of what's happening around me. I'm fine with it. I don't need to know everything. It just works for me.
I need to follow your lead because I feel like I would definitely take the red pill. I'm just intrigued by the unknown, even though the unknown gives me anxiety and I like rip my fingers apart because I have anxiety. But I would take the red pill.
You rip your fingers off?
Yeah.
You rip your fingers off.
Well, like I have like a anxiety tick where like I pick my
I do
fingers.
this, but I don't rip my fingers
No.
off.
I literally like, it's such a bad habit.
Oh no. I'll tell Alejandro to call you.
Yes. It is such a bad habit. I get better, but yeah, when I get stressed, she's getting.
I know. I do this really bad. Like people be sitting next to me and get so annoyed.
I've never noticed you do that.
I click my fingers like crazy.
Maybe I just like it. I'm like, ooh, I like the noise.
Or you're used to it.
It's helping my anxiety probably. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, listen, I thought it'd be really funny to use our AI pal. We all know him. Chat GPT. Comes in handy all the time. I don't even know why I'm paying a therapist because ChatGPT gets me through almost every single trial and tribulation in my life while telling me that I'm right. So I really appreciate ChatGPT.
Every time I ask Chat a question, he comes back with, wow, great idea. Here's what we can do. Here's what we can do. And I'm like, oh my God, you make me feel like I am the most intelligent person on this planet right now. And that I can do this.
As a child of neglect who had no like positive reinforcements from the people who raised me, I wish I had ChatGPT growing up. I'd be a much more well-adjusted adult, probably.
I don't think I would have had to leave my class and go with like the special kids to have more eyes on them to do their like homework and stuff and like extra help. If I had Chat, I would just be like, hey, I don't get this problem, like this equation. Can you help me do this?
Can you imagine being raised with it? They're like the kids in school using ChatGPT to write all their papers, to like do all like. I have a friend who's an adult student right now getting his master's, and he was like, he literally just had his phone off screen from the laptop, and he was just repeating the questions as he was saying it to himself. So ChatGPT was listening, and then would just give the answer. Like, what?
It's insane.
I had to study so freaking hard, and I still walked out with like a C-.
Oh, I studied so much. I remember my best friend, she was so good at math. We would sit there for hours and she would tutor me. She was so good. Shout out to Cassandra, love you. But like, she was so good. And she was like, you got this. You know what you're doing. You're going to go into that test and you're going to pass and blah, blah. No, I would get the test and I'd still come out with like a C-. And at the time I was like, yay, a C-. At least it's not an F or a D.
C's get degrees, you know? But yeah, so we had ChatGPT come up with some like fake AI inventions. They don't exist, but maybe they should. So I was going to run through them real quick. You guys also let us know if you think you would want these AI inventions. All right. First one, replicate. Spelled R-E-P-L-I, capital K-A-T-E. Replicate. I like this one a lot. A deep fake bot that joins Zoom calls for you, nods at the right times, and occasionally says, "That's such a great point."
Okay, next. Sorry, that's so good.
That would be amazing. You don't ever have to show up to the Zoom call. All you're doing is sitting there anyway and doing that, like trying not to fall asleep. Like this is replicate. Yes.
Yes, that is a for sure yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, next is Doom Scroll Guardian, which detects when you've been on TikTok for 47 minutes straight and powers off your phone, then calls your therapist.
Not gonna lie, I spend more time scrolling on TikTok than I should. I mean, it is like, I'll wake up at like 5 a.m. I don't get to the gym till like 8 because I've been on TikTok for 2.5 hours. I need something like this that just like, all right, Kayla. And then also what's on my For You page probably needs to be talked about to my therapist.
Yeah. What's one thing on your For You page that you're like,
I
how
go
did
down
this get
these
here?
deep rabbit holes about demons and like
Of course
it'll be
she
3 a.m.
does.
and I'm like watching people like post videos of like the ghosts and demons in their house, and I'm so fascinated. So that and aliens, I will just be on there forever.
Aliens, yeah, aliens is definitely on mine too. I'm like, when are you coming?
Are you here?
I
Will you
know
come on
you're
our
here.
show? I would. Oh my god, if we could interview like the first alien, stop.
Call us
If you're listening, which I'm sure you are.
You
a
are.
fan,
You
we would
are.
love to have you on our show. This is your platform. Say what you need to say.
Yep.
We support it. Okay. Gaslight GPT. An AI that retroactively rewrites your text to make it seem like you were right in the argument all along. To be honest, that is ChatGPT. I've literally been arguing with someone. I'm like, copy and to put it in ChatGPT, say, can you please make this sound like I'm more intelligent than they are? Boom, done. So we already kind of have that going.
We do. Yep. Okay, next, AI roommate, clutter killer.
Okay.
Cleans your apartment by passive aggressively judging you into action.
It wouldn't work on me. My place is a disaster all the time. Like, it is my closet. You never can see the floor. There is like clothes all over the bench, like in my bedroom. I don't care. I have people come to my house and judge me. And I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I can literally pick out one single clothing item from the bottom of a pile. I know exactly where it is. Like
it's an organized mess.
That's what I tell myself to
It's
make
an
myself feel
organized
better.
mess.
You are an enabler. It is a mess.
I know. I am.
It is
I am her enabler.
disaster.
No, you need to clean it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm the opposite. I am very much when my house is a mess, I feel I'm out of control.
You are very clean. Anytime I come over, and like you have 2 cats too, so it'd be very easy to like not be a super. Her place always smells really good. Doesn't smell like cats. Spotless.
I Swiffer every day. And then when I Swiffer in the morning, 5 minutes later, there's still cat hair all over it. So,
well,
here we are.
Here we are. Okay. Influence her. So influencer, but influence, last 3 letters, HER. Auto generates Instagram captions that sound deep but mean nothing. Again, I think that's very much ChatGPT.
That is our coworker.
Like, you walk the line and you will be straight. I don't know.
I am screaming.
Influence her. Honestly, you probably shouldn't use that one.
Oh my God.
Sounds like some conversion camp shit.
Walk the line.
And you will be straight.
Yeah. Sounds like a title of a song.
Okay, walk the line.
Okay, next. Cry. Sorry, hold on. This one's good. I need this one because I'm a very emotional person. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm frustrated. I don't like to cry, but I like to release it because once I release it, I feel better.
Yes.
But I would love this. Cry Scheduler 3.0. scans your Google Calendar and suggests the most emotionally efficient time slot for a breakdown. Because I can't have a breakdown like right before this. My eyes will be puffy.
Yeah.
It would be not good. But like if it's scheduled it for me maybe after.
Yeah. Then you can just
great.
like
Now
sit.
I know.
I probably need to just like force myself to cry. Like a way of like.
Because you don't cry.
I mean, I've been trying.
The fact that she has to try should say it all, everyone.
I started watering earlier because my mascara got in my eyes. So. That counts.
I did ask. I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Oh yeah, there's just something in my eye." I really thought she was getting emotional. I was like, "Yay!" But
it's happening.
I told you, I'm getting
cameras out. Everybody.
I am getting her to be more emotional. Okay,
she's
in a good way. In a good way.
My period's starting this weekend. This is the time to get me. It's period week.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna be emotional, it's gonna be now. But typically, like when I'm on my period, I don't get like sad. I'm like very I get angry really quickly. I mean, the smallest things, I'm like, I'm going to kill you and eat your unborn children.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
See, I'm not, I was going to let that one just roll and see.
No, I said it.
We'll see who catches on to that one, I guess. But the other day last week I was on my period and I was just standing at the counter with my boyfriend and I just started crying and he asked me like, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I go, I don't know. I just need a hug.
Aww.
And he gives me a hug. And then I'm like, not okay, but I'm better.
Yeah. Listen.
And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm crying right now. I'm just crying because I guess I need to cry. And he's like, he's getting there. He's understanding like, oh, okay, this just happens. Like, because I could tell he's really concerned.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't be too concerned. I'll let you know when you really need to be concerned. Promise.
That's when the shakes start. This was fun. X eraser uses facial recognition to blur your ex out of all your photo memories, replaces him with someone hotter. Like if they like replace like all my ex's photos and put like Pedro Pascal in there or something, I would be like so happy.
Honestly, I did that a lot with like Photoshop because I had exes come with me on like family vacations.
Wait, so wait, did you put somebody else's face on their body?
No, I would just cut them out of the photo.
You just blur them out.
Or it's like I would just like put like a sticker. It wasn't technology for me wasn't that like elaborate yet. But I would either cut them out or put just like writing on there. Like that's never, like the thing about never like, again.
Never again.
Because the photo was great. It's like a Christmas family photo. And thank goodness, for some reason, my exes were always on the side. So it's just easy to snip, just
that's
cut
smart.
it out.
My mom has this rule. Like I had my boyfriend come with me to my sister's wedding. And he like tried to jump in the family photo. My mom's like, no, you're not allowed to until you get married because there's been too many people who've come through our family whose boyfriends end up in our big Christmas like photos or whatever, and then they break up. And it's like, it's a good rule of thumb. Like, unless you're part of the family legally, get the fuck out of the photo.
Yeah. I mean, but also just take more.
Or just like
take some
like have
with
some, like,
and without.
Some varieties.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I do. I mean, right this moment, I'd want my boyfriend in the photo.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I understand that too.
They have like some different like alternative some alts.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Last but not least, mood lighting bot that dims the lights every time you spiral. So I have a little robot at my house that is like, it makes like stars and turns your place
like a galaxy.
Yeah. So when I'm like emotional, I'll put that on and just like lay.
But it would be nice if it could tell that you were about to have a moment and all of a sudden your whole house just turns into a vibe. And then a mood lighting all comes in and you're like, and there's a voice that comes
Megan
and
starts
says,
singing Titanium.
And then before that, she goes, can you take some 3 cleansing breaths? And you sit there and close your eyes and you take 3 cleansing breaths, hold the last one extra long before you release. Okay, we need this. I need this.
She's like, this is
how do I need this right now. Megan?
Invent it and become a billionaire.
Yes.
Speaking of billionaires, we do got to talk about a very particular billionaire who had the wedding of the century this past weekend, talking about Jeff
Bezos.
He has been in Venice this weekend with like 250 guests, some of the top profile names from the Kardashians to Orlando Bloom to Leonardo DiCaprio to the Trumps, etc., etc.
$50 million wedding.
Okay,
in Venice.
We gotta talk about this price tag. 50. I can't. I want to I want to throw up when I say a $50 million wedding for a 3-day event. You know how many lives you could save? Like how? Like 50? I can't. Okay, he's like worth like 200 billion. He's one of the world's richest men. I get it. And so to him, $50 million is like
is $50.
But to those of us who are like on planet Earth and living in reality every day, with paying $4.50 for gas here in Los Angeles and can barely fill up your tank, that is freaking wild.
It's wild.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. But honestly, I wouldn't say no. Like
to go or to like
if like my partner was like, oh well, it's gonna do whatever you want to have a wedding. I don't know. Maybe
so you'd spend $50 million if that was an option.
I wouldn't. I think I would still make sure that it's not that excessive because, like you said, there's so many other things that you could do to be helping other people. But I am not opposed to like spending a lot of money on a wedding if you have
what do you
it.
think, like the most like you would spend on a wedding if you had it?
I don't know. Like my dream would be to be able to pay for everyone's flights, everyone's stay, everyone's everything, and then having like the best time. And I don't know, maybe like if I could, $1 million.
There's a line I think between like extravagant and then excess. So like I think I see weddings that are like $10 million. Okay. I can kind of understand that level. $50 million is a number I can't wrap my head around for again, a 3-day event with people like who probably don't even give a fuck about you anyway. No. Just like, look what I can do, and here's my big wedding dick that I'm swinging around because I can. So I said Orlando Bloom was at the wedding, but his plus one wasn't there, which would have been Katy Perry. These two seeming lovebirds, just broke up after 9 years. They've been engaged for 6. I know they broke up for like a year early on in their relationship, but got back together, and they've seemed like endgame #couple goals. That's kind of a bummer. I wonder what happened with those two.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Katy Perry, obviously.
You don't?
But no, personally. I know Katy Perry, okay? But I don't know her personally. But I never actually like understood their relationship, to be honest.
Yeah. They both went from very different. Like, she went from Russell Brand, which is and he went from Miranda Kerr. So he has more of a type.
For sure. For sure. But still, I don't know. I felt sometimes I do feel like Katy Perry is many different people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know which one is actually like, well, who is she? Like, what, like,
Well, she just went to space, and that's something that's still allegedly went to space.
Yeah.
Still, the verdict is out. There is some weird, shady shit around that whole expedition. But that's another thing.
Sorry.
Maybe that's
like, did we? They better have gone.
This is the second time we've gone to space as a nation, and we still don't know if we went to space.
Right. All I'm saying is like the way that she reacted, landing and like kissing the ground. I hope they actually went to space.
They went up for it was like they didn't go to space. They literally left like whatever that
the vortex.
And then came right back down.
Yeah.
So like they pissed everybody. They thought they were doing something. This all like, women crew.
Yeah.
Like, not one person supported this mission. So I also wonder how Orlando Bloom felt about it. Like, she come in one day like, hey babe, don't wait up. I'm gonna go to space real quick. I'll be right back. Like,
right. But question. If she went to space, that was with Jeff Bezos, right?
Well, not with him.
Well, not with him, but his thing. It was his like moment.
This little mission.
Why wasn't she at the wedding then? Because don't you think that they're
I just wonder because if they broke up, maybe like they just broke up, maybe it was like, I'm gonna go to the wedding, maybe you don't go.
Too fresh.
Because that could be weird for them to show up there together.
Sure.
And maybe she is there. She just wasn't in the pictures that have come out so far.
Yeah.
Again, the good thing about their breakup, because I guess I thought they had gotten married. They never got married. So they're both divorced once, so at least they don't have to go through the divorce again.
Right.
They have a little daughter.
But maybe she was like, hey, babe, I'm going to space. And he's like, see ya.
Yeah, don't come
back. What else is new? We always do this.
I know. It's like we went.
I should have looked at my camera roll first.
That's her thing. Look through your camera roll and then you can find things to talk about.
What did I just. Oh. I don't know. No. I thought I had something for you that I'm like, nope, that was a long time ago.
Never mind. What do you have coming up this week?
Well, actually, I will be headed to Palm Springs this weekend.
Palm Springs.
I am going to a friend's birthday, and it's going to be so fun. And there's a group of us going. It's like a huge compound, and Yeah, I'm ready just to lay at the pool. Apparently there's like a man-made lake there, so I'm ready to go to the lake.
Palm Springs is and then also next week is, I didn't even realize this until yesterday. 4th of July is next weekend. So like that kind of completely like went over my head. And I haven't been feeling the most patriotic anyway lately, like who has? So I'm like, maybe I'll skip this year.
Yeah.
Until like I'm saying that now and then fast forward to Friday and I'm doing keg stands in a bikini with the American flag on it. But as of right now,
I'm gonna make you just come to Vegas.
Like, are you gonna be in Vegas?
Yes, I will be in Vegas for 4th of July. It will be probably so hot. But
there's a pool party at every corner.
Yeah,
so.
but we're not getting in the pool.
Wait, no? Why not?
I would never dare to get into like a communal pool at the club.
I've gotten into so many of them. I'm like, hey, watch how long time me. Look how long I can hold my breath. Like,
not your face. Yeah. Oh my god.
The pool.
Oh my god.
You don't get in a pool.
I'm sweating.
What are you talking about?
We need to go get you checked.
I don't
for
understand.
Like any like bacteria.
Why would I like look online to go to like to go to a Vegas resort with a pool to get into the pool?
Here's the thing. I would get into the if you're at a cabana and it has their own private pool, I would get into that because they do clean the pools, obviously, right? Like they clean them every day. They put chlorine in them and they kills whatever, and I get that. But if I was just like at a table where, you know, they have the big pool in the center and everyone's in there with their solo cups and they're like bro fisting and they're dancing, like,
you best believe I'm doing a handstand.
No.
I don't
you
know
are not doing a handstand. I would never let anyone
going to those like we lived like in the little bit of the ghetto, and so we went to those community pools growing up.
But that's different.
Is that different?
It is different because we're talking about like adults. Just
they're not releasing their
pool.
bowels nearly as much as children at the community pool.
Yeah,
are they? I mean, okay.
s-
Here's the question: do you pee in the pool or not?
I try not to, but sometimes I do.
Why else would there be a big body of water there with chlorine? It's
Right.
nets to pee in.
Yeah, we need. It's cleaning it.
Like, we'll pee. Says the girl who's like, do not get in there.
Exactly. Like that's why because I would.
Being in there.
Sometimes I have. I'm not gonna lie.
Red-handed.
I do my best not to, but like sometimes if I
don't want to get up, run barefoot to the bathroom, the disgusting bathroom floor, pee in there with a wet toilet seat, run back, and it's cold and then whatever. Like no,
but if I'm in the private cabanas with the private pool, I'm not peeing in that ever. I would get up and go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, same. I'm sorry, you guys.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I've done that.
Have you ever peed in the shower?
I like hold my pee because I get so excited to release it in the shower because it just feels so good, like the hot water and just like yeah. And then you definitely everyone pees in the ocean.
I mean, I am going to the ocean sometimes, even if it's cold, just to pee because the bathroom is 2 miles away. And I'm like, well, there's already like fish poop and pee in here.
You're like, who's it gonna hurt? And
why not?
The current's just gonna wash it out.
Yep.
I do make sure I'm not like, I try to walk away and not be close to anybody.
Right.
Does not pee on them.
Right. But if you see me walking into the ocean and just really quickly bending down a little bit and just kind of looking around, like not making eye contact with anybody, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. And then I come back.
Well, this is a really great topic to end on that we weren't thinking about going into because actually next week's episode we're talking about toxic traits. And maybe one of our toxic traits is that we will urinate almost anywhere.
I mean, literally. Do you have any? Have you like where is somewhere that you had to just like let it out and you were like, oops?
Not gonna lie, recently,
Recently, I love this.
I was like out, like bar hopping, but it was like in this like not in like a hot spot. There's like a couple bars here and there, and I had my fair share of beverages, and I had to pee so bad, and it was like a long walk to like the next spot, and I was like, I can't hold it. So then there was like this little alley with like a dumpster, and I just had to run back there, drop the pants, pee. I got really good at peeing in public because I grew up going to like camping outside a lot, so I knew how to like find the right tree and pop a squat to make sure you don't like the pee doesn't go down your legs. So I'm a legit pro. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No,
I'm probably on security footage somewhere, but like, hi mom.
Yeah, I know. I think the craziest place I probably did that one time was going into, it was after a night out with a bunch of friends, and I was there, and they didn't have a bathroom in the subway that we were going to get a sandwich at after, because that's what you do after. I mean, this is like 2010. Okay. So this is a long time ago. And yeah, the subway guy said, we don't have public bathrooms for anybody. And I just looked at him. I said, I really have to go. I swear, look at me. Like, I'm not going to like do anything weird in the bathroom. I just really got to go. And they were like, we're so sorry. You can't go. And so my friend had drove us that night. So I said, okay, my friends are ordering their sandwiches still. I walk outside, open up the car door and just pop a squat there because there was no one in the parking lot, but I didn't want them to see me. Yeah. So I just like opened the car door and I popped the squat. You got to angle it right so you don't get pee everywhere. We're not men. Men just get to like aim at one angle and they're good.
Buy those little funnels, like
yes,
funnels.
That would be amazing.
That'd be a good sponsor. Hey, funnel
peers.
Thing. We would like you to sponsor us.
We need a pee funnel.
A pee funnel.
Oh man. But yeah, and then after that, they let me use the bathroom for months after that. We would always go and get after a night out. We would always
that subway would
let me.
Did they know you peed outside?
Yes.
Oh, so then they're like, oh, we feel really bad.
And I came in and I apologized. I was like, I'm so sorry, but
you gotta go. When
I'm literally going to pee myself, and I know you have a bathroom back there. Yeah. So yeah, he was like, please don't ever do that again. I'll let you I'll let you do it. If I'm here, I'll let you go to use the bathroom. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, thank you. That's all I was asking.
Go outside and drop your pants. Like, who knows what kind of predators are around? Yeah. And that's on him. And if he probably has a daughter. He's probably reflecting. Like, would he want his daughter out there just butt and ass naked?
And this was the subway on Highland and like the one right before you get on that freeway, the freeway to go back to the valley, the 101. And so it's still there. And every time I see it, I do laugh a little because I'm like, that was good times.
Memories. So yes, toxic traits.
Yep.
We will
get ready
to that,
for more
next week. And we're also going to talk about something else that's weighing heavy on both of us. And I think a lot of you probably understand it too. And that is friendship breakups, which that is not what's happening with us. It's not. No. We're not breaking up on camera next week, so you ain't gotta worry about that. But thank you all for watching. This was fun. Let us know which AI bot you would want. What you think about AI taking over the world? What you do with the Bezos money if you had $50 million to just spend on a random weekend extravaganza?
Yep. And let us know if you think Katy Perry actually went to space.
Yeah, let us know what you think about that.
I would love to know if somebody has the tea,
she probably just took that delusional blue pill.
Yep. Yep. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. And remember, we are the tea serving all the right ingredients.
Yeah, I haven't done that one in a while.
I know. It felt nice. Got a little spice going on. Let's go.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.